Hello, I'm back again. Because, again, I always got to comment about something. That's what I do best. Guess you all figure that out with me. By the way, some people have been, jumping on my page and making comments, even though they choose to follow me and listen to my content and tell me not to talk about certain things, which I find rich. So I told this person that did follow me that made these comments that I'm going to say what I want. And you know what they did as a result? Unfollowed me and blocked me. And then the next day, jumped back on my page and unblocked me and said, well, I don't like the stuff you're talking about. It's dangerous. So they decided just not to follow me back. And I told them that's fine. I said, don't watch my content or follow me back. It's that simple. You don't have to like what I say, just don't listen. That's all people have to do. I mean, I don't play this cancel culture BS, but you know what? Whatever. If people choose to do that, that's fine. I don't unfollow people because I don't like what they post or make comments on their pages. I mean, again, we all care about different things, but I choose to use my platform to speak about real issues. Other people, whether just go on these apps and have fun, that's their right to do that. I don't care. You know, I think some of the entertainment is shallow entertainment, but you know what? That's people do their thing. Do you, boo? So that's fine. But look, I think these are spaces where people can be expressive and do their own thing and find their niche and just be who they are unapologetically. So that's all I hope to do. Now, I choose to use this to speak about real stuff going on in the world. And I choose to share my opinions about it. And again, if there's anybody out there who don't like what I'm saying, just don't listen. You don't need to go on my page and make comments and make negative statements. Say, don't talk about certain things. Well, you know what? I choose to talk about what I talk about, and I'm going to talk about what I talk about regardless. And by the way, I've already had 4 violations on here. I really don't care. People aren't going to silence me. So I'm using my voice. I'm using this, and that's it. But I want to clear the air with that, anyways. So that's all I want to say on this topic. But like I was talking about earlier, about the heart and soul of our nation, the collapse of the empire we're witnessing right now, and effectively the very, very wealthy elite are basically just taking their money and running as they're destroying everything. And we're witnessing that right now, and their tools effectively the current occupant of the White House. But if people really did their research and paid attention, they would know what they supported. If you look at this guy's record, he scammed so many people throughout his life. Okay. And if you look at somebody who lives their life as a dishonest human being who enriched themselves, what do you think they're going to do when they become president? Is anybody really surprised today? Like, I'm just so amazed by how low informed people are in this country. I'm just amazed. I'm shocked. But now suddenly people are seeing things they didn't want to see before. And I know why. Because everybody's hurting economically now. Newsflash. And like I said, the thing that unites all bridges and all people in societies is when they realize the person at the top of the chain is making their life worse and not better. In other words, their pocketbook is getting negatively affected. And now everybody can see the same problem. Everybody. Because like I said, pocketbook issues affect everybody. Not just Democrats, not just liberals, not just Republicans, not just conservatives, not just right and left. Everybody, independent, everybody. Okay. But what the lesson we need to learn as informed citizens is, for one, inform ourselves. Two, have empathy for other people. Three, don't only vote based on what you think a politician is going to do for you. Okay, and that's the problem. We are such selfish, individualistic thinkers in America because we're taught to consume and be individualistic. Collectivism is looked down on. And I still ask myself today why that's the case, because that should be a fundamental value we should hold as individuals. Just for the simple fact we're human beings. You know what I mean? So if you vote in the mind of collectivism and you're informed and actually care about a core set of values and issues, the more likely you will vote for things in your self-interest. But also think about your fellow brother, sister, and common folk. So, like I said, we are all chained to a rhythm, whether we like it or not. We are the backbone of the economy. Our decisions affect everybody's lives more than we realize. Okay? But as we're divided as a society fighting, the top 1% elite are running away with the money and laughing at us right now. This is effectively what we're witnessing right now. When you look at the way our government's being run right now, it's not sustainable. And I've already predicted this. I predicted this was going to happen, especially in the second term of you know who. And I've said this before. But people obviously had to see it for themselves. So here we are. But we have to also understand that as much as disenchantment we have about government, we still, now you are understanding it serves a role in your life. And who you vote for does actually matter. Okay, this is a lesson we're learning right now. And yeah, I mean, it does matter. I know you think government's a joke, but you're realizing right now how serious it really is. It's not funny anymore, is it? So, yeah, that's the lesson I hope people learn. And again, we all see the same problem because we're all hurting as a result of this government's decisions. But understand, you should vote in the mindset of wanting to uplift your brothers and sisters also and your neighbors, not in just what that you think that person's going to do for your pocketbook only. And I think that's how a lot of people thought the last election. Oh, if I vote for this person, they're going to be better on the economy and they're going to save me more money. And now everything's going to go down in prices. And as you learn, that didn't happen. Oh, if we just stop immigration, things are going to get better. As you learn, that's not happening. Matter of fact, stopping immigration hurt our economy worse. So, because immigration and trade is what keeps our economy going. Okay. I'm glad people are finally starting to realize that. You know, if you really paid attention to economics, you would understand immigration and trade is what keep the lights on. Okay. Tourism is what keeps the lights on. Traveling. Having trade with other countries and collaborative relationships. Okay. As we see, we will never survive on our own as a country without alliances with other nations, because that's just reality. So, yeah, we're witnessing the fruits of that. That's all I wanted to talk about in this video. I might talk to you in another video. See you guys later. Goodbye. Have a great night.